Well, what's up, guys? Been a couple weeks since I've done a video. Been very busy getting the nursery ready. We had our first plant sale this past Saturday, just 2 days ago. Did okay with it for it being August plant sales. You know, sold tomato plants, a lot of fall garden vegetable things, as well as some flowers, a few hydrangeas and things. But I'm across the road in our woods area, kind of I guess our shade garden or our little shade house, thanks to Mother Nature. And I kind of wanted to show you our mist system, propagation area, kind of where I take cuttings at and root them and grow them out. Somebody once told me this is like the puppy mill for plants, and that would be a true statement. As you can tell, we have a lot of successes, but also we have misses as well. Like these here were taken earlier in the season. These were secondary cuttings on limelight hydrangeas. For whatever reason, I do not have any luck on getting secondary cuttings to grow. The tip cuttings though, however, root very successfully. These were taken about 2 weeks ago now. Absolutely beautiful limelight hydrangeas. We've got Peggy Martins back there as well. They don't look as great this time. I'm not really sure what's up with that. But we're gonna do a little bit more propagating before we end the season. Again, some failures. These are crepe myrtles down through here. Like this variety here, 30%, not even, I don't even think 30% took. This tray here, for whatever reason, did really well. Just a lot of failures down through there. A little bit of butterfly bush, some more limelight, some Peggy Martins. Stuff right here is items we rooted earlier this summer and have now been taken off mist and are growing on their own. As you see here, a lot of messes, but also there's a lot of successes out through here. I just want you to see that I guess everything you see on camera and all that, it's not always what it's cracked out to be. There's a lot of failures that go on behind the scenes, and nobody wants to show their failures because they're not proud of them. I'm obviously not proud of them. But you have to fail in order to succeed later on. This here is some of our first limelight sets we took earlier in the spring. And they look very nice. They're rooted out very well. I think we have about 400 of them. But we're just taking these little 6-inch pots here, filling them up and putting them in there and putting them out right there. And that's where they're going to grow for about 4 weeks, and then until we'll move them out in the sun. About half of that is already sold, or a little more, probably 300 of them are already sold. Basically, I did a little online summer pre-sale, and they paid me $6 per plant. They're going to pick up this fall. And for a limelight hydrangea or Peggy Martin rose, that's a pretty cheap price. And so that's why I did that, to encourage people to buy. And went very successful because, you know, we almost sold 300 of them. $6 a piece, that's $1,800 worth of income I generated this summer by not even being open. But going forward, they're going to be $8 to $10 a piece this fall when we start selling them, you know, if you obviously did not buy the pre-sale. I want to talk a little bit more about our mist system. This was inspired by a mentor, grower friend, Savvy Dirt Farmer, or Craig Odom. Some of you may have heard of him, and he's just a all-around really great guy that gives a lot of great growing advice out there. So I've got my PVC pipe plumbed up out of the ground there, got it teed off, got a hydrant. This is very crude system, I guess you could say. That's a different control timer there. But this one tees off from the main line, comes right there, and that's my irrigation controller for the mist system. It goes off every 25 minutes for 8 seconds, all day long. Have not had to fool with this. It is a Dig 710 AP timer. Then going down through here, I've got the PVC pipe, got it teed with my little mist emitters every 4 feet. It's a very simple system. I think I've got about $500 tied up in it. And before we get done rooting cuttings this summer, we'll be somewhere right around 4,000 actual rooted live plants. $400 or $500 investment. Of course, I can use this again next year without investing. So you take those 4,000 plants times at least $6, because I'm gonna get at least $6 per plant for them. That's $24,000 off a $500 investment. Now, obviously, we have a ton of time, pots, fertilizer, material like that into growing the plants from there on. But you get the idea. It's really smart investment. Then I got the hoops off Amazon as well as the ground cloth. But the $500 I'm including is going to be including these little hoops, the ground cloth, PVC pipe. You get the idea, the whole shebang. I think the timer was like $120. I actually ordered 2 timers. So if you go to buy a propagation timer and you want a Dig timer, be sure you get the Dig 710 AP. Don't be a dummy like me. I got the Dig 710 the first time and didn't realize it didn't have propagation mode. I ended up using it for other plants that I have, and it works really great for that. But don't be a dummy like me. Be sure you get the right one the first time, because not everybody has $120 to blow. I sure didn't, but I kind of got stuck with the other one. So, but guys, it's not rocket science. If you got shade trees, you can buy a ground cloth and quite literally do this. You don't have to have a fancy greenhouse or anything. Now, obviously, you know, growing annuals and things like that you do, but doing crude systems like this works very well. And also, just a side note, check out these hydrangeas. I rooted these last spring, so I guess now they're about 18 months old, maybe 14, 15 months old, but absolutely beautiful. Got some flowers on them. I had them sitting under the shade house this spring over on the crossroad at the nursery, and I can't tell you how many people I had to fight off of them. I had not for sale signs on them, and that was even then not enough. So if you have a nursery, be sure you build it out to where if you have a sales area, be sure you don't put plants in there that's not for sale, because people will want to buy them, because plant people can be crazy. But that's where I'm going to leave off for today, guys. Again, my name's Aaron. This is Dry Bottom Farms Nursery. If you have any growing related questions, feel free to reach out, leave a comment. I'll be glad to answer it, help you out as best I can. We're just a small farm and nursery located here in central Mississippi. I'm just trying to show a little bit of what we do. I'd love to show this on our Facebook page, but nobody would watch it because it's way too long. But YouTube people tend to watch more long form content here. So anyways, thank y'all for watching.